Hey guys, so this is what I have today, the Artis 13.3 Pro version 2 display from XP Pen. And what we're going to find out is whether or not this is the best budget mid-size display for artists. Of course, we're going to look up the key features and breakdown. We're going to do an unboxing. We'll look at some of the setup, installation, and figure out how well we can draw and paint on these things. With that said, let's get into it. So let's get in, let's unbox this thing now. I've been looking forward to this. Yeah, it comes in a very well packaged container here. This box is really firm, it's really sturdy, so if you order something like this, you can expect nothing but the best, quality premium packaging from a company like XP Pen, who is honestly, the reputation of them is getting better every year I do one of these reviews. And yeah, the tablet kind of comes up on top. It's 13.3 inches. It does have another extra layer of protective, plastic sleeve over that. And it is important to note that this is not a standalone computer. This is a drawing tablet display only. It comes with a nice tiny little stand here, as well as a pen case, which in most typical fashions with this, the pen is inside, and the tip and the nibs are usually in the base of the pen display. This is pretty much standard at this point. It does come with some quick start guides for those that need them, and then of course all the necessary cables here. They use the USB-C to USB-C. That's probably the preferred way. But also you can get some 3-in-1 cables, and there's other ways of plugging it up too, which we'll get into a little later. But yeah, I'm just taking the pen out now. As you can see, it's definitely in there, nice and secure. So if you need to travel, if you need to bring a device like this protective case works perfect for that. And yeah, the nibs are set up inside the base of that if you need to replace those. Gonna just take the plastic off right here, just like that, and then set it up on that stand. The stand works, it's functional. It does feel, a little bit limited. I think it only has about like a 45 or 50 degree range of motion on that. It's nothing insane, but this is a lightweight, small tablet, and it works just fine. It does, of course, also come with a little bit of a cleaning cloth and a little, semi-glove if you need one of those for your hand. But overall, this is a relatively lightweight but sturdy device. So who exactly is a tablet like this for? Who is this marketed towards? In my opinion, I think it's great for digital painting beginners and intermediate artists. So think of folks like that if you're a student, if you're a hobbyist, or if you're just a creator that is working, on a laptop frequently, or maybe you just travel a lot. It's very compact. Like I said, it's lightweight. You can kind of bring it anywhere, and it hooks up to a lot of devices, including Android, tablets and phones as well. So this is absolutely for an artist that wants a portable, color accurate display. Something that's not going to essentially break the bank. And I know some of these tablets have mixed sort of sizes and proportions. This is great because it has the same proportions as a standard laptop screen. Now, some of their competitors, of course, over the years have very expensive alternatives that are great devices, I'm sure, but this is a very budget-friendly alternative that I've used this brand, for years now, and I'm always pretty satisfied. Feature-wise, it's pretty stacked. And again, you get a lot of bang for your buck in a product like this that has a 13.3 laminated screen. This is great for small desk setups, tight spaces, and portable workflows. These tablets are also great, from my experience, for illustration, for concept art, and maybe you're a graphic designer. The screen looks great. I've always pair an XP Pen screen against a very high-end display, whether it's, my Mac screen, which is like a 5K color. Like, Mac screens are great, but I also got some really high-end Dell ones as well. And when I compare them, one-to-one, because they're next to them, they often look pretty color accurate. They do offer some degree of customization with how you want to set the brightness and how warm or cool you want the screen. There are some options to mess with, but the color accuracy is pretty consistent and commendable on a product like this, especially for that price. Now, the stylus, on these now boast a pretty hefty 16,000 levels of pressure sensitivity. I don't know if you're ever going to feel that difference between going from 8,000 to 16,000, but they're constantly improving these nonetheless. The initial activation force to get you drawing from this to the screen is getting less and less every time. It's extremely light and easy to draw with so far. You can get nice, smooth, diagonal lines. There's no jitter issues. And with a 0.6 millimeter retraction distance, of course it offers a faster, snappier sort of response rate as you're drawing. Now, what's really cool about this display is that it actually has a red dial interface, 8 customizable buttons that you can play with and customize and set up right within the software itself, which I haven't had a display now in several years that had these buttons on them. Some of their bigger models don't, but I miss them. They're kind of fun, and of course it just offers more options for the consumer, which I'm always a fan of and support. So if you just want to zoom or change your brush setting, this is what I always love these particular buttons for. They work really well. So whether you're working in Clip Studio Paint, which I just checked out last video, definitely give that a watch if you haven't, or if you're a Photoshop user. If you like Krita, or maybe you're even doing some light 3D work in Blender, this is a great display for that. So like I mentioned before, yes, you can use this with Android devices. I've given it a good solid test run on Mac, and my main display is my last year's XP Pen tablet, so they work also really good with PC as well. Setting this up is also very straightforward and easy. You just download the drivers for whatever system that you're using, you click install, you go through a few little easy to set up options, you calibrate your pen. But yeah, I've enjoyed my time with this so far, which, again, maybe review is not the best term for a video like this. Maybe first impressions is, since I've just been using it now for about 2 weeks, and I've tried a variety of small little, doodles and landscapes here for my upcoming landscape course. Definitely check out the waitlist below for that if you might be interested coming in, next year. But I thought this tablet just had overall really great stylus performance. I was really pleased with my time with it. Again, you get really good color accuracy for the price. The single USB connection was a big addition for me. I love that. If you want more flexibility with how you're setting up the height and stuff like that, you could get an external stand separately. Absolutely, I wouldn't fault you for that, because yes, it is pretty limited, and I know for myself I draw at a little bit of a higher angle than maybe a lot of folks. But like, let's say from a professional perspective, am I going to be using this one every day on my day-to-day? No, I'm not. Because I've got the bigger cousin of this. I got the bigger XP Pen display that that I still use from last year on my day-to-day. But this is a great secondary little workstation setup like I have over there for my Mac. So my kids love it. If I had to travel, I would also bring it for there. But yeah, like the display size for like the file sizes that I use, and for like how big the formats tend to be, the 13.3 is like a little tiny for me on a personal level. But again, I've worked at that size for years, especially when I was in my art school days. It's perfectly fine. But yeah, overall, if you're in the market for a new portable budget-friendly display this holiday, I give it a good recommendation. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. It is small, it is compact, and it does have a lot of really great features like the sensitivity and the color accuracy, which I found was pretty well. So you'll have to let me know below if you guys have also tried some of XP Pen's displays and what you think about them. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this one up about here. Having fun with this painting, just kind of noodling away at it. But yeah, there's no promotional codes or anything like that, but they are going to be offering up to 50% off right in their Amazon stores. I'll have links below for anyone that's interested at all here. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time, and yeah, have a great holiday season.